Alrighty, so it's time for the biscuits. The applesauce is done, and so now we're gonna make some biscuits. And so you first start off with 2 cups of flour, and then we're gonna add our other dry ingredients. So this is 4 tablespoons of baking powder, and then we have in here 1/4 of a tablespoon of baking soda, and then 3/4 tablespoons of salt. And we're gonna get the whisk. I forgot my whisk. Hello. All right, so we're gonna whisk this together. All right. So now we're gonna add the butter in. So we have some butter, and then I'm gonna add a little Crisco. I'm gonna cut this out of here. Get that out of there. Alrighty. And so usually I just kind of go in here with clean hands and mush everything up. And the butter actually in here is not as cold as I like it to be. And so once I get the biscuits together, I'm gonna actually stick this in the fridge for about 20 minutes to solidify that butter a little bit more, because the biscuits are better when the butter is cold as possible. And so I'm gonna, so once I put it all together, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the fridge for 20 minutes. And then after that, I'll stick it in the oven. The oven is already preheated to 450. All right, it's almost good. The good thing about the butter being warmer is that it helps mixing it into here a little bit, but it also makes it will take longer to cook because you have to stick it in the fridge after cutting the biscuits. All right, so that's all together. So you want it to kind of look a little crumbly, and that's how you know it's ready. And so now, let me wash my hands. All right, so hands are clean. So now we're gonna go ahead and pour in some buttermilk. I'm gonna give it a mix. I'm gonna mix it just until it's combined, because you don't want to over mix. All right. So that's how it looks so far. So now what we're gonna do, on a clean countertop, we're gonna sprinkle some flour, and I'm gonna flour my hands too. And we're gonna dump this dough onto the counter. We're gonna knead it just a few times. Once again, not too much, because you don't want the dough to get hot. So we're gonna knead it a little bit. And then we're gonna press it out to the size that we want it to be. All right, so now I have it at the size I want it, and I have my cast iron skillet. And so I've always made these biscuits in a cast iron skillet, and they turn out perfect every time. And so I will not use anything else except this cast iron skillet. So don't ask me if it'll work in something else, because I don't know, and I'm not gonna try, because it works very well in the cast iron skillet. So, so we're gonna go ahead and use our cutter, and we'll cut and push them back out, and we'll just stick them in the skillet. All right, so I got them all cut and in the cast iron skillet. So this makes 7. The recipe usually make 8, but I just make them a little bit bigger so they all fit in this cast iron. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stick it in the fridge for 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna stick it in the oven for 20 minutes, and then we'll be back. All right, there's the biscuits, and I rub a little butter on them. And so what I'm gonna do, go ahead and take one out. They're still super hot. You see the smoke coming from them. I'm gonna crack it open. All right, I'm gonna crack it open, and then we're gonna take some of the homemade applesauce. Voila, you got biscuits and applesauce.